go infinite. As you mentioned, that you can win through fatigue. Just use your Shudder Walks to build a board that will not be answerable by your opponent.
There's our second one. There we go. Faith and believing in the heart of the cards, Kin does not overdraw the next turn, and he has the dream that we're talking about. Whispering Woods into Soul of the Forest, that's a pretty sticky minion, but of course, in the hands of Jotri, Lightning Storm Electra will easily take care of that, plus a Mind Control tech, which might do some work maybe, but really, what are you doing?
I love the play from Jotri, just dumping all your minions. You cannot afford to use your Electra like this, the board is too small, but it's actually scary.
Now,
wait, double roar is plus...
Wait, double roar.
It's plus 8, right? So with 8, it's 16. And then you can Power of the Wild for another...
Branching Paths!
Yeah, what? Wait. Lethal. Oh my gosh, what?
Lethal?
What?
That's lethal!
Ah,
that's lethal!
With the hero power. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I forgot about how it helps your hero power as well. Sick.
Actually,
you didn't even need the Whispering Woods and Soul.
Not even the
Forest.
Branching Paths too. Like I said, the 4/4 is so awkward for the Shamans, and he left that unchecked, and he paid the price for that. Hong Kong now shouting aloud.
The counter chant to the Indonesia chant. So there you go. Nice to see both countries having support here. And wow. I really like the... Looking back at it, Kin was able to do that because he spent time playing the UI. He ramped with the Nourish, even though he didn't need the mana, just to make room for UI, draw more at once, and also create the Ghoul. And I think that was the winning play in that game. So now Kin is up 2-1, only has to win with his Odd Rogue now.
Yes, and Shadow Walk Shaman still in play. Jotri can still kind of like sneak you know, maybe an upset probably. We have seen a lot of 3-2s that are pretty unexpected in today's tournament, and I wouldn't be surprised if that happens again.
Yeah, it's possible. Okay, so the matchup of Quest Rogue and Odd Rogue, I mean, on paper, I want to give it to the Odd Rogue, but again, there are some Quest Rogue loyalists in the world that say, just draw the Vanish, man.
Right?
Save your coin for the Vanish if you're going second. Perhaps that means I'm just not playing the Quest Rogue properly.
Oh my god, if you're a Quest Rogue enthusiast, put down your hand. Okay, never mind. So it is definitely going to be the Odd Rogue. Do you think... Oh, I really don't like queuing Shadow Walk against this, even though they might end up playing it, because Shadow Walk usually doesn't have much answers to certain mid-range minions aside from Hex, and a really awkward Volcano sometimes, would you say? What do you think?
Actually, I feel like Shadow Walk is favored. The Volcanoes are super strong against Quest Rogue, Odd Rogue in my opinion, because their minions tend to go kind of tall instead of wide, and just like 1 or 2, they usually can't set up a board that has more than 15 stats. It's just the problem of being able to Volcano and heal out of range of burst, but it's very possible for the Shadow Walk to just out-resource the Odd Rogue, especially if they don't draw Myra. And I did hear the Morgul sound, so it is going to be Shadow Walk again. Volcano is in hand, quite key. Wow, the hand for Kin, you don't want to see Leroy, but Darmol and Cold Blood is quite effective.
Still not too bad, because Jotri in the end did queue up the Shadow Walk rather than the Quest Rogue. He still thinks the Shadow Walk is probably a little bit more favored against this, and it is somewhat of a good hand. 2 card draws, 1 removal. Dire Moly would just hit the board.
Also,
and Cold Blood.
Having the 1-drop for the Cold Blood proc is great as well. We see from Jotri that he has an answer in the form of Earth Shock. It's not a complete answer, but it's like basically heal for 8 over 2 turns because you do not want to take that damage. Is he actually just gonna... Wow.
He's choosing to...
he's gonna coin it. Okay, then this makes sense because he has 2-3 drops anyway. So this is both getting a minion on board and removing the damage.
Right. So because next few turns is definitely going to be just Acolyte anyway, right? So it doesn't matter if he dumps his hand right now, watch his resources, because Volcano's there. He definitely just wants to look for his... I think Serenite Chain Gang is the key card here.
Yes. Volcano was a keep for Jotri because he realizes how effective it is against Odd Rogue, and Kin there was not able to pick up Vicious Fledgling or Hench Clan Thug, so now Jotri has a little bit of breathing room. There's no minions that scale in their damage here.
What's next for Kino? He still does not have a weapon, by the way, so at least now he can actually play a weapon. I was saying, please commit that dagger. And please go.
We gotta kill the Acolyte if we're Kin, because if the Acolyte draws more than 1 card, that can be a huge liability. It's still a little bit early to go face.
Early. Okay, I agree. I definitely agree with this. So
but already, Jotri's a 19. Wow. Okay.
Hagata draw, not really gonna do much. Even dropping a, just a life drinker here.
I think you have to, even though it dies straight up to the dagger. It's just like the Acolyte's too slow.
If he stabilizes though, he takes the game, right? Because like you said, Odd Rogue really doesn't have a lot of resources to refill the board once it usually gets wiped by Volcano.
It's just Myra.
Just Myra. And if you Myra and you don't close the game, you just lose.
Well, I don't know. You have a couple of turns because the fatigue won't matter until like the 4th turn after the Myra. So anyway, it's just a Tar Creeper turn and push everything to face. Now I advocate for not dealing with the Life Drinker. Simply re-dagger here after putting your opponent to 12. You force the Volcano, and then you have the Leroy for follow-up. So actually, a draw of Cold Blood off the top would just close the game.
Okay.
In Kin's favor. So what could it be off the top? It's 1 and 11. Sorry, no, 1 Cold Blood has been used. 1 and 22 chance.
What's that, boy?
This because he has the Lightning Storm to deal with those minions, and after that he doesn't have the mana to play Life Drinker, and then the dagger just closes it off, right?
Yeah, it's not even Life Drinker. It's just he's also overloaded. He can't Healing Rain.
Healing Rain off the top. Yeah, like Healing Rain by itself.
Farsight and the Healing Rain.
Yeah,
I believe.
And now Kin has this decision point where he can try and just clear one of the whelps, because then the Leroy technically survives on board. You would force another answer from your opponent.
Face.
But just going face, it sets up just a dagger lethal, right?
Face.
So face here, I would argue, is worse to Healing Rain.
Yes.
But better against